Good morning, church. My name is Devin. I'm one of the location pastors for our Temecula Valley area, and I'm so excited to bring this morning's quick 3-minute devotional. So thank you so much for joining us. So I think we are almost about halfway, maybe, I haven't done the math, about halfway through our 21 days of prayer and fasting. And so hopefully most of us have gotten through some of the hunger pains, we've gotten into a good rhythm, but what we might be feeling is some growing pains, some stretching. It says in the word in James chapter 4 verse 8, it says, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. And that's really what we want in this time of prayer and fasting. It's a time to draw near to God and he will draw near to us. And what that means is, or what that opens ourselves up to and our lives up to, is to God and to what he has to say. And I've been a Christian essentially my whole life. By some definition of the word, I've been a Christian. I grew up in the Catholic Church. About 10 years ago, I dedicated my life to the Lord and became a, born-again Christian, if you will. And the last few years, they've been just over 5 years, I've been with Generations Church. And it wasn't until the last few years that I knew that I could ask God questions, that I knew to really press in to the Holy Spirit and what it meant to live a Holy Spirit empowered life and how that changes our walk with God. Shout out to Spirit Empowered Life course. Find that on our Zoom groups for on the Church Center app. But with this fasting and praying and drawing near to God, I learned that I could ask God questions and he would answer. And I learned how to hear his voice when he was speaking to me, because he was drawing near to me, he was speaking to you, and so he may be speaking to you now. And so that we can hear from God in a couple of different ways. We can maybe sometimes hear him audibly, sometimes we get visions, or maybe memories will come up, or maybe we'll just have this a sense of a different emotion or a different feeling, maybe a warm sensation, a feeling of peace. And in this time, when we're praying and fasting, it's so important to press into God and what he's saying to us. And how do we do that? We ask him questions. It can be something so simple, like, hey God, I had this vision, this dream last night. Can you tell me more about that? God, who was the person in my dream? God, what was I feeling in that dream? God, what are you speaking to me in these 21 days of prayer and fasting? What are your intentions for me and my family this year? And I promise he will answer. He is a gentleman and he waits until we knock on the door, but he always answers and he is always speaking to us. So I just encourage you to press into God. Ask him those questions for you, for your family, for this year, for whatever your future might look like, for whatever your season or circumstances are. Press into him and ask him questions, because when we draw near, he will draw near to us. And I want to leave you with this one last little nugget. Don't rush. Let's not be in a hurry. There's a great worship song called I'm Not in a Hurry. Let's not be in a hurry when we're seeking God and seeking his will. Let's not be in a hurry to feel his presence. Let's rest in his presence. Let's rest in who he is and in his word. Don't be in a hurry. Press into God. You're doing such a great job, and I know that he has amazing things planned for you. We love you. We're here for you. If you have more questions about what this means, drop them in the comments or DM us on Instagram. We're here for you, and we love you so much.